Hi everyone, this is Jennifer, and today I wanted to make this video about what to expect when you have a reading with me. I have lots of different gifts that I use. Mediumship is my strong suit, so most of the time people will come to me if they want to hear from a loved one who's passed away. Now, the way that works for me is I don't communicate with spirit world the same way that I communicate with people here in the physical world. I'll get pictures, symbols, numbers, things in my head that won't make sense to me but should make sense to you. For lack of a better way, I call it playing charades. A lot of people are terrified and afraid of people that might come through, that people they don't want sometimes do come through. Most of the time, if someone comes through that they don't want, it's usually to make peace from that other side. But because I am in control of the reading and the spirits that I do allow through, anything uncomfortable, we move along. Readings are meant to make you walk away feeling better and not worse. I do have a little bit of a crazy, goofy personality that helps to lift the mood a little bit as we get through difficult subjects. But one thing I do not talk about death. I don't tell people when people are going to die. I do not make predictions like that. So if you are coming to a reading with me, I do appreciate no one asks questions about it. Believe it or not, there are people that want to know these things, but I am not the one to tell you these things. But you don't have to worry about showing up and me telling you someone's going to die in an accident and this, that, the other. I keep things positive and uplifting. So that's the medium part. But I wanted to kind of do a video explaining a couple of my different gifts that I have. I also use cards. Some people call them oracle cards, tarot cards. Now, if you watched the video about my story, you may have heard that I got on the John Holland show on Hay House Radio. John Holland is a psychic medium. He's been around the world. I've seen him speak when I was probably in my 20s. But when I got on his show, I won these cards. So when you get to go on and ask a question, they send you something, and I got sent his cards. So I felt like that was the universe's way of saying, hey, let's open up some more of your gifts. The cards are good for specific situations. So let's say if somebody wants to buy or sell their house, we can see the timeline of it. We can see any obstacles that might pop up. It's going to give us more specific outlooks into specific situations of your life. Sometimes I get people in relationships and they're like, well, I don't know if I should stay in this relationship or if I should get out of it. Well, we lay the cards out. We do two piles. We look at what it looks like if they stay in the relationship, what it looks like if they don't. And all this is it's about guidance. It's not about let me tell you your future as if you have no control over your future. It's about let me show you probable outcomes of decisions and choices to guide you in a direction that was more helpful. We're all born with free will, meaning that predicting the future is sometimes not easy to do because so many things come into play. Other people's actions come into play. So what I'm trying to say is I might lay out a spread of cards. The cards tell me a story about your life, and I might see something maybe that you don't like. Oh, well, I see that maybe you'll take this job over that job or something like that. Just because I see it in the cards, it's not set in stone. You can use it as knowledge. Knowledge is power. You can say, I didn't like what Jennifer said, so I'm going to change this course of action and change the whole outcome. That's more about what the cards are about. It is fun, though. Sometimes people will be like, oh, how about babies? And we'll see. I can see sometimes how many babies people are going to have. But even predicting babies, your free will is involved. I might see a baby and someone's like, don't tell me that, I don't want another baby. Well, knowledge is power. If you don't want another baby, you know what to do to prevent it. But if you don't do that, this baby's in the cards. Those are just a couple little fun examples. But the cards I use are really pretty. There's no death card in here. Look, that's my cards are pretty. And there is not a death card in here. Sometimes in traditional tarot, which is more like this is a Rider-Waite deck. And there's nothing wrong with traditional tarot at all. I just like to use whatever deck calls to me. But even the death card, let's just pull out this forbidden, scary death card so that people understand more about what it actually means. It doesn't mean that somebody's going to die. The death card is more about endings. And it's not about always endings of a life. It could be the ending of a relationship. It could be the ending of a job. It could be the ending of possibly moving somewhere far away. It's an ending of a phase of your life. Look, the death card doesn't even want me to find it in here. It knows everybody's afraid of it. This is the scary card that nobody likes to see because it says death on it. But I am here to say when this card, even if this card flew out of the deck and hit somebody in the face, it does not mean that that person is going to die. It probably just means that that person is in a situation that needs to end. So it's more about guidance than it is, oh, you're going to die. I will be honest with you and tell you that when I was a young child, I actually could feel death. I actually could feel if someone was going to pass, and then when they did pass, it made me feel terrible. I no longer have that ability. When I learned that I could be in charge of my own gifts, I did ask God to take that ability away from me. So if it doesn't help me to know when someone's going to die, then what's the point in me having to know it? And ever since I made that connection with God, I don't have that ability anymore, nor would I want it. I mean, nothing positive is going to come out of knowing when someone's going to die. Now, let's just say if the death could be preventable, I would like to think that he would give me that knowledge because it would be preventable. But if there's nothing I can do about it, then I don't want to be seeing it. So that kind of sums up the scary death part around readings and the scary death part around the cards. So, if you have any questions or want to know a little bit more on tarot cards or how my mediumship abilities work, feel free to leave a comment and I'll make another video, hopefully explaining that. But hopefully you understand we took the fear out of, something that people are terrified of. I don't think I've ever had anybody leave my reading or hang up from a phone reading feeling worse than they did when they walked in. Usually people are pretty uplifted and fulfilled when they leave. So that's that. Have a great rest of your day. Leave a comment and watch out for more videos.